it wasn't because she was loud. It was the opposite. Her silence was sharp, almost too sharp. The kind that made people sit up a little straighter, glance at one another, and whisper behind cupped hands. She was the new girl, and the mystery around her spread faster than wildfire. Her name was Reina. She had long, dark hair that fell like a curtain down her back, eyes that looked like they'd seen too much, and a presence that made you want to know her but also not get too close. Her clothes were plain, but there was something rigid, almost disciplined, about the way she held herself. Like she was always ready for something. It didn't take long before the school wolves started to circle. Chase, the alpha of their pathetic little pack, didn't like mystery. He liked control. And Raina didn't play by his rules. "She thinks she's too good for us," he muttered to his group during lunch, loud enough for Raina to hear. "Probably moved here 'cause she got kicked out of her last school." The others laughed. Raina didn't even look up from her tray. That burned him. The bullying started subtle. Books pushed off desks. Her name whispered cruelly in the halls. A soda accidentally spilled over her homework. But she didn't flinch. Didn't even blink. She just cleaned up the mess and kept going, as if she were made of steel. And that drove Chase mad. Because bullies feed on reaction. On fear. And Raina gave him nothing. Until the day he went too far. It was a rainy Wednesday. The kind of day where everything feels damp and slow. Raina was walking to the back of the school building where she usually went to eat alone when Chase and two of his goons cornered her by the lockers. "Hey, ninja girl," he grinned, stepping into her space. "Why so quiet all the time? Cat got your tongue?" Raina remained still, her expression unreadable. Chase reached out, grabbed a fistful of her hair, and yanked hard. That was the moment everything changed. She didn't scream. She didn't cry. She moved. In one fluid motion, Raina turned, grabbed Chase's wrist, and twisted. There was a sickening snap. Chase screamed. The hallway filled with the echo of his agony as he dropped to the floor, clutching his broken arm. His friends backed away, eyes wide, stammering in disbelief. Raina stood over him, calm as ever. "You should never touch people without permission," she said softly, before turning and walking away. It was like something out of a movie. Word spread like wildfire through the school. Raina, the quiet new girl, had broken Chase Miller's arm like it was nothing. Some said she was a black belt. Others said she'd been in juvie for fighting. Some swore they saw her do push-ups in the rain after school. The rumors grew, but Raina never confirmed anything. She just kept going. But the truth? The truth was even more powerful than the rumors. Raina had been through worse. She'd moved to this town after her father passed away in a car accident. Her mother, dealing with her own grief, barely spoke anymore. Raina had to raise herself. She trained in martial arts not to fight others, but to fight through life. The silence wasn't a shield. It was her way of holding herself together. Breaking Chase's arm wasn't about revenge. It was about finally standing up for herself, the way she had learned to in a world that had shown her more pain than peace. But the story doesn't end there. Chase was suspended, of course. The school launched an investigation. Raina was brought into the principal's office, expecting the worst. But what she found there was unexpected. Her teacher, Ms. Alvarez, stood up for her. "I've seen the footage," she said. "You didn't attack him. You defended yourself. And I'm proud of you." Raina blinked, unsure how to respond. She wasn't used to kindness. The school counselor even offered her a place in a peer support group, kids who had been bullied, silenced, or overlooked. For the first time in months, Raina saw other faces that held pain like hers. She wasn't alone. And the other students? They started to see her differently. Not as someone to fear, but someone to respect. Some even asked her to teach them self-defense after school. Raina agreed, quietly, and soon she found herself at the center of a small but growing community of students who wanted to be stronger, not just with fists, but in heart. Reina became a symbol of resilience. Her story, that moment in the hallway, wasn't about violence. It was about breaking the cycle. About knowing your worth. About standing your ground, even when the world tells you to stay small and quiet. By the end of the semester, Reina wasn't the mysterious new girl anymore. She was a leader. A survivor. A friend. And Chase? He came back to school with a cast on his arm and a very different attitude. He avoided Reina and everyone else. Something in him had shifted, too.